In this episode, I'm going to review the Spyderco Assist knife for whitewater paddlers. As a whitewater paddler, whether I'm a kayaker or a private boater, river guide, I probably should be carrying a knife with me on my PFD that I can use to cut rope if I get tangled up in a rope or somebody else does. And I've tried to review a lot of different knives. Every time I review a knife, somebody puts in the comments, hey Zach, review this knife too. So I'll buy it, I'll try it, and I have very complex thoughts about a lot of different knives. But my favorite right now is the Spyderco Assist for a number of reasons. One of the biggest is it's just big. So if it's in my PFD, it's easy to grab because it's large. And once I've opened it up, it's just a big knife that's hard to lose. It also has nice texture, so it's easy to hold on to even when it's wet. It's not slippery, so I'm not gonna, hopefully, not gonna lose it. I love how it cuts. A really important feature in a river knife is how it cuts rope. And I've tried a lot of different knives, and this is the best or near the best. This is old climbing rope. This is hard rope to cut. Most of your river knives will take a long time to cut through it. This one goes through it pretty easy. It also has a really cool other feature where it can clamp down on rope and cut it like this. So I just kind of clamp down and it cuts it like that. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit at first weird to do, but with some practice, it's a really easy way to cut hard rope that I really like. It's a nice feature. It has a cool clip that clips so you can clip on your PFD. The clip switches sides if you need to. So if you're right-handed or left-handed, I think that's a choice you have. This is a knife designed for professional rescuers. So firefighters, search and rescue, people in an ambulance. It's designed to cut seatbelts easily. It also has a really blunt tip where if you're a firefighter cutting somebody's clothes off for some sort of first aid thing, it's really helpful. You're not going to accidentally puncture them. I think as a boater, this is great so you don't accidentally drop it on your foot, or if you're cutting through your spray skirt. A lot of people cut through the spray skirt of the kayak and like poke themselves, which is not good. But if you have to cut through somebody's dry suit, it's really nice to have a really dull tip, a very dull tip there. It's mostly serrated. I would rather have it be fully serrated, but it has a little bit of regular knife there for whatever purposes you might have for that. Maybe that helps cut through dry suits. So I think for that reason, it's a really good knife. But it has a couple other features that first responders like. One, if you hold the knife down, a carbide tip pops out so you can break glass in a windshield, which probably isn't that useful for whitewater paddlers. But if you're saving somebody who's driven the car on the river, you can puncture the glass, so maybe kind of nice. It also has a whistle, a really crappy whistle, which I probably would never use, but I don't know, kind of an interesting feature. So awesome knife. This is my favorite knife right now. I would compare it to the Spyderco Atlantic Salt, which is my other similarly favorite knife. Oh, one other thing about this knife too is you can open it really easily with one hand by flicking it with some practice. The Salt has a longer serrated edge, so for cutting rope, I think I like this one a little bit more. But for the big handle, I think this is my overall best choice. I think this would be the best knife if the serration, for paddlers, if the serration went a little bit further. So those are my thoughts. If you have, as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment section. I know somebody's gonna say, hey Zach, try this other knife, make a suggestion. If you think I should try it out, I'll probably buy it because I really wanna know what the best river knife is. Also, I'll put a link down if you wanna buy this on Amazon. Click the link, I get a few bucks out of the deal. Maybe not a few bucks, but I get a commission. And so if you want to support the show, buy from the Amazon link. If you don't, buy it somewhere else, that's fine. And that's it for this review. Before I get off this video though, I want to share one public service announcement. If you have a knife under PFD, if it's this one doesn't really cut rope. This is the Deep Sea one. I think Stolquist sold this for a while. I just want the world to know, like, I'll be sawing this rope for, I don't know, it did nothing, basically. And these NRS knives really aren't very good. I know that they have cool locking features and they look cool on the outside of your PFD, but it's going to take, these NRS knives, and specifically, let's see if I can cut this thing. I got it. That actually wasn't bad. That's usually the NRS knife takes more time. If you're in the river and need to cut a rope, this is not that sharp of a knife. So I would steer away from the NRS knives. Definitely this one. If you have this one, you know it. If you're just on your PFD, please get a different knife. If you absolutely have to have an external knife, I'm going to recommend the Bear Claw. It's the sweet knife. It has the one problem people have with it is it it comes out of the sheath a little bit too easy, but there's a little nut here you can loosen up that makes it harder. So anyway, that's a separate aside. Please steer away from this knife. Probably the NRS knives. The Bear Claw is great, but the best knife overall I'm super stoked on right now is this Spyderco rescue knife. What's it called? The rescue knife. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Thanks.